Hello everyone. The biggest story today when it comes to the news in Ukraine is a hit by the Russian armed forces against the post office. So there's been a strike against a mail distribution center in Kharkiv, which left at least 6 people dead and 16 wounded that we know of, and of course caused significant damage to the postal center there. Here are some photographs. There's more if you have the stomach for it. And once again, when asked why they did this horrible thing, the Russian government issued a statement saying that the mail distribution center was used to distribute military supplies. Because, you know, that's exactly how Abrams tanks are shipped to Ukraine through, the regular postal service. During a conversation with the Emir of Qatar, President of Ukraine, Zelensky, once again mentioned the kidnapped children. And he brought up the same thing that's been discussed by human rights activists all around the world, that Russia had kidnapped 20,000 children that we know of. And he emphasized that during the time of war, it's very difficult to keep records and track everybody down. So this is just 20,000 that we were able to track down. Chances are that number is far, far greater. And so far, of those, only a few hundred have been brought home. Norway is once again speaking out about expanding the aid to Ukraine, not only from the military standpoint, but also from the economic standpoint. We already know that there are huge concerns about Ukrainian infrastructure, hot water, gas, electricity, etc. And so Norway is trying to bring focus to that part of the wartime challenge. This is a really good article. I think this is either from Kyiv Independent or from Ukraine's censor website, talking about the vandalism committed by Russian troops in the formerly occupied areas. They're probably doing it in the currently occupied areas too. But basically there is now a team of archivists who are tracking down Russian graffiti as part of the evidence of their war crimes. So some of the messages were used by the Russian troops for practical purposes, such as informing the newly arrived occupiers of like where the administrative buildings were, where the storehouses were, etc., etc. But some were purely frivolous, such as the one mentioned here. It's not a war crime if you had fun. Combine this with what we know about atrocities committed by the Russian troops on the Ukrainian territory. Rape, murder, pillaging, destruction. They had fun doing that. And of course there are, just the purely threatening messages trying to impress Ukrainians into submission. It didn't work. Because, like I said, these are formerly occupied areas, which means they have since been retaken. But the fact that these messages exist, that in addition to all of the other terrible things they've done, they have added vandalism to the long list for the purpose of insulting and intimidating Ukrainian people. These are the people who call themselves the defenders of freedom and civilization.